Hello, YouTube. I wanted to talk to you today something real briefly that is very serious, that is kind of being washed up under the rug, as they say. And this is the Fukishima, the extinction level event that no one is talking about. And I'm going to read this article, and we got to understand, folks, this raises a question. What type of fish are we buying and eating from our supermarkets now? We have all varieties. We got whiting, we've got perch, we have Alaskan pollock, we have a flounder. The list goes on and on, sheephead. I mean, all these fish that are being sold in these fish markets, what are we really getting? And nobody's really talking about that, because the real important stuff is being washed up under the bridge, up under the water, I should say, or whatever saying that they say. It's all being washed up under the rug with stuff that's not going to benefit anybody. The Super Bowl, the this event, that event, this concert, this person's beefing and that person's beefing, and they're not talking about the destruction that this radioactive spillage in our ocean is causing. And I'm going to read this article as fast as I can. I'm going to read it all. I'll leave the video in the description box of the page. You can come in your own time and read it at your own pace. But on March, let's see, the Fukushima, the extinction level event that no one is talking about. March 11th, 2011, a massive earthquake of 9.0 magnitude struck off the coast of Japan, triggering a devastating tsunami which left parts of the country in utter shambles. Officials report claimed that 15,891 people lost their lives. 6,152 were injured, and 2,584 were reported missing. And you can check this video out right here when you get a chance. This was the most powerful earthquake ever recorded to have struck Japan, and the fourth most powerful in the world since modern record keeping began in 1900s. The earthquake was so intense in magnitude that it shifted Honshu, the main island of Japan, by an estimated 8 feet, and actually shifted the Earth's axis by between 4 and 10 inches. Japan is a nation containing many nuclear reactors which produce roughly 30% of the nation's electricity. The majority of the operable nuclear reactors are right along the coast in one of the most seismically active areas on the entire planet. What type of genius thought of that? And here's a map right here showing the nuclear reactors. The powerful tsunami caused complete devastation of 3 of the 6 nuclear reactors at the Fukushima Daiichi facility, the cores of which melted within the first 3 days. And in November 2011, the Japanese Science Ministry reported that the radioactive cesium had contaminated 11,580 square miles of the land surface of Japan, with an additional 4,500 square miles contaminated. That destroyed reactor sites have been dumping hundreds of tons of radioactive waste in the Pacific Ocean every single day for the past 4 years, and the devastating results are now becoming plainly obvious. Radioactive cesium, an alkali metal, rapidly contaminates an ecosystem and poisons the entire food chain. And this waste offshot has been detected in Japanese foodstuffs over 200-mile radius of the Daiichi facility. Cesium and other radioactive waste products are bioaccumulative, meaning that they accumulate in an organism at a fast rate, then the organism can eliminate it. Of course, the Japanese government and TEPCO, Tokyo Electric Power Company, have blatantly lied about the amount of radioactive waste that has been leaking into the Pacific. However, the devastating results have been impossible to ignore. That reminds me of a scripture, Isaiah 24. It says, the earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, under the leadership of these power-hungry, elitist devils. The earth is suffering. And it also says in Proverbs, it says, when the wicked are in rule, the people mourn, or the people hurt. But when the righteous rule, the earth rejoices. It's in harmony. But when you have the devil ruling, everything's out of balance. And I'm going to skip some of this. Let's see. Japan has also seen skyrocketing of child cancer rates, particularly thyroid cancer. As of August 2013, TEPCO admitted that between 20 trillion to 40 trillion becquerels of radioactive tritium may have leaked into the sea since the disaster. Since it's been shown over again that TEPCO repeatedly lied and covered up the true event of the disaster. That number is most likely far greater. And man, here's a picture of dead sea lions. The ocean is just becoming a dead pool. Not to mention the 2010, the oil spill that happened off the Gulf that cracked the plates in the earth, and then oil started seeping from the plates of the crack in the earth. So, you know, we're still dealing with that. We haven't recovered from that. And then you have this. And let's see if I can find what this fisherman said. Let's see if I can find this. This guy right here, he went on a boat, and he said there was just no life from the west coast of California to Japan. And it says, listen to what it says. An experienced veteran sailor by the name of Ivan McFadden, who had sailed the Pacific taking part in races, stated in an interview that it's dead for thousands of miles. There was nothing between the U.S. and Japan, like sailing in a dead sea. Everything's all gone. Just talking about it makes me feel like I want to cry. No birds, no fish, no sharks, no dolphins, no turtles, no nothing. Can you imagine going to something like that, almost like you're on another planet? This is a legacy that humanity is leaving for their prosperity, a dead world. And most of humanity doesn't have that power. It's the Rothschilds, the banking families, the people that are connected to them, the big oil juggernauts and tycoons. They're the ones doing this, the Edomites, the Idumeans, whatever they want to call themselves. They're the ones doing this, but they don't care. They've got their money. They have their 4 or 5 homes. They have got their own personal islands. They have their fallout shelters. They don't care. And if it wasn't for Yahweh Shai coming back, all life would be gone. All the 12 tribes would be dead. Mankind itself would be extinct. So I'm going to leave off with that. The article is in the description box. I'll leave that. And like I said, once again, you can look at it in your own leisure time. With that being said, shalom.